old snakes, a lot of them, weasels.
I think by the time I got to movie night, I had so much built up emotion. So I think that's why I did lash out a little bit more than I would.
Cry! Just cry it all out.
It gives the impression, it's like, it's not sorry for what you did, it's sorry that you're about to get caught out.
Let's get the tear out.
Hi guys, it's Jodie here from OGE and giddy up partners, because today we've got the nation's favourite farmer and his gorgeous cowgirl, it's Jessie.
Yeah. Howdy partners.
Hello, how are you doing? I have been so excited about seeing you two. I have to admit, you have been some of my villa favourites. I know I'm not supposed to have
Yeah,
favourites,
you
but
are.
like,
Our favourite, baby.
Yes. How are you feeling? I know it's been an absolute whirlwind. Have you had some time to get back to reality a bit?
We are having so much fun since we've left the villa. So pretty much we got back to London, I stayed in a hotel for a night, and then it was straight to the farm, back to wholesome times like country.
Yeah.
Exactly what we needed to like wind down.
Yeah.
Been a little bit busier this week, but I feel like it was just so good to go straight back to the country.
Yeah, it was really nice. Like when we got off the plane, we were like, oh, we'll have a bit of like time apart, you know, being with families. And as soon as I got in the car with my dad. My dad was like, "Where's Jessie? Why is Jessie not coming back with us?" And then I got back to the house and I was just straight on the Insta like, "Oh, I miss you. I want to be here."
And I was like,
Yeah.
and then the next morning he like come and got me and everything. So and we haven't been separated since.
No, straight back to the farm.
I love the fact that your dad was like, "Where's Jessie?"
Yeah, honestly, he was. He was like, "Why is Jessie not coming back? Like, it would have been nice." And like started grilling me about it. I was like, "I'm sorry, you don't want to spend time with me."
Don't talk about your dad. I love both of your families, Jessie. I honestly was like crying when I saw your family. That was so amazing. How special was that for you that they came all the way over?
Yeah, that was honestly the most amazing thing. So my family have never left Australia. They didn't have passports, so ITV, like the biggest thank you. They left Australia because of ITV, and then like my mum wouldn't have been able to meet Will's family because they live so far away, busy schedules. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I just think it's so incredible that we got to like introduce everyone. Yeah.
So nice.
And I feel like they both, like, you just fitted in, you just slotted in both families. I feel like your dad just loved Jessie as well. Like, that must be such a relief, right?
We're all just weirdos, really, aren't we? It was just,
I love it.
it was just all weirdos coming together, having a weird time.
Oh my god, I love it. Now, obviously, everyone's probably already thinking this, but we need to get like a documentary series just following you guys and the family.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Will! He always does that. He pranks me.
No, it would be great.
No, actual high five.
Yeah. Oh.
What was it like going to the farm then? Because honestly, your TikToks of the lambs,
You loved it. It was good.
it went viral and everyone was so excited by it.
No, the lambs are so cute, and all the animals were so nice to me. Sometimes animals like to jump up on me, and because I'm a bit little, I topple over. None of them did that. The only thing is, though, I did get stuck in the mud, and instead of helping me, he filmed me.
Yeah, I just got my phone out. Jessie's like,
I'm like, Will, help.
That is a very muddy farm, I have to
yeah,
say.
it's winter time. It's winter time. But for me, it was so nice because once you're in the when you're in the villa, there's like talking like, "Oh, I'd love you to come back to the farm and you know be in the UK and everything like that." But you never know. Like you really never know. So it was so nice and such relief when Jessie came back to the farm. I could show her to like my animals, like the pigs, alpacas, the lambs. So like for me, it was just I was just embracing it. It's such a memorable, special moment.
And you got the seal of approval from, is it Timon and Pumbaa?
Yeah.
Yes, I got the
Timon.
seal of approval. I'm
Yeah.
like, yes. Who cares what the parents think? What about the pets?
Well, that's what it's all about. It's all about the animals, right?
It is.
I feel like you two are just perfect for each other.
Yeah, we are.
Well, let's talk about your journey in there. Like I say, there was trials and tribulations. Let's go to movie night because that was quite a hard night to watch. Obviously great television, but hard for everyone's emotions. How was movie night for you, Jessie?
Yeah, look, I think by the time I got to movie night, I had so much built up emotion. So I think that's why I did lash out a little bit more than I would. It was not even what was happening. So what was happening among everyone else, I feel like because I had all these built up emotions inside, I was just like straight on the defense. And like I obviously love the girls and I love all the boys and I did apologize the next day. But yeah, that built up emotion just came out of me and obviously it's not ideal, but it was just like the straw that broke the camel's back, you know? It was that night I was just like, no, I
And I
can't
think
behave.
at the end of the day, the boys messed up. Like the boys did mess up. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things hearing it and like obviously what happened and when I told you, and you know other people in that situation as well. But then it's a different thing actually seeing it and you know sitting there almost together.
And I don't want to dwell on Casa too much.
Let's not then.
I feel like we've done it. I feel like we've been there and we've done it. But what I did really respect from you, Will, actually, is when Maya asked you, you know, have you been loyal? And you were like, no, right away. Like, at least you told the truth and you were honest.
Yeah.
I know. Do you know what? It crushed me, and it was probably the worst time and like the worst thing I felt like I've ever done in my life, because there was so much love there from Jessie. And I just kind of like disappointed myself, disappointed Jessie, her family, and you know, just all of that. So for me, it was just be very open, just get it all out, be as honest as possible, and just cry, just cry it all out.
Well, I just wanted to jump in and give you a hug, because obviously you were really emotional. I feel like you just wear your heart on your sleeve, right?
Yeah, I think I just went in with so much emotion, and I think like I have had relationships in the past that's happened a lot, and I think like when that just kind of keeps happening to you, you kind of just start to question yourself, and you're like, why?
I know.
And like I did know that was out of character for Will, which is like every bit of me wanted to forgive Will straight off the bat, and I had people say like, you know, don't forgive him straight away, make sure you think about it. But I think the thing that was like the hardest was, it like hurt my feelings, but I was like, the worst thing is I just want to go hug Will and talk to him about it, and he's my best friend. And then when we were both the issue, it was like I can't go to the person I trust right now.
Yeah, that was the hardest thing in there.
And seeing you sad, that was so awful to see Will sad too. But I was like, I want to go hug Will, but then I'm sad. I don't know what to do because I don't want him to be sad. But
because we spent like 24/7, we spent all day, every day with each other. So when that period of time was happening and we were apart, we both were like two little lost souls at either end of the villa, like looking at each other, being like, because for me, it was difficult in the sense that I'd never felt these emotions. I'd never, you know, been in this position. So I was like, do I go over to Jessie? Do I give her time? Do I talk it out?
Let's talk about people moving like snakes.
Oh, I'm loving that. They're all snakes. A lot of them. Weasels.
Honestly, I know it was a really serious moment when that was going on, but I was just like, it's so
You
funny.
snake.
Everybody was just suddenly going in on Jessie.
Wasn't it? What's that? Snake. I turned into a bad boy. I was like, these men are moving like snakes.
The roadman came out.
Roadman Will came out for a good episode in that one. That little bad boy.
What was that like in the moment? Because obviously you weren't like involved in that conversation, but you were just hearing all this. How did you feel about that?
Lost. I was honestly like, what is going on? I was like, am I La La Land? Am I in a different planet? Because where's this come from? What's going on? And the thing that I found difficult is that no one was giving me a straight answer. It was like, even when I had that conversation with Casey or Liv, I was like, what was said? You know, just tell me, what did you say? And it was like, oh, well, it might have been this, or, you know, other people have been saying that. I was just like, tell me. And that really strengthened out. And even when Jessie had the conversation with the girls, there wasn't like a clear ending or a clear answer to it.
Yeah.
Was it frustrating for you when you went to have that conversation? You handled it very well, by the way, because I would have been like going nuts if it was me.
Thank you.
But was it annoying when Liv then walked away because you're like, can we sort this, please?
Yeah, it was really weird because I had no idea any of this discussion was going on. Like, I absolutely love and adore every single person in that villa. So I was just like, what the hell? Like, the first thought that came over my head is like, oh my God, all my friends hate me. Like, I just got that. So I was like, oh, my friends hate me. And then I had to like take a few deep breaths. I was like, Will's gonna like believe them and I'm gonna be alone. I don't know what to do.
Oh, Jessie, you're such a sweet.
So I had like a really big freak out moment.
Yeah.
But then when I went over, I kind of went over and once again, everyone's like, no, we didn't say that, but it was just like this, and not everyone thinks that. And then Sammy and Claudia were like, hold up, that's not what was just said a second ago. They kind of like had my back, because I was actually confused. I was like, I don't know what's going on. With Liv as well, like saying that she doesn't talk behind people's back. I was like, sorry, but like, if you spoke about it behind my back and haven't told me, that's actually talking about me behind my back. So, you know.
It's like movie night, what you saw in movie night. Although she was like, oh, I told you. Everyone knew movie night was happening. And then she told everyone, one after the text sort of thing.
No, that's the tea, because apparently she had spoke to people before it.
But it was on that day. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of people did that though. Casey did that to me.
Yeah, and it was
Casey
like-
came up and apologized to me just randomly about encouraging the guys, and I was like, it's like a week later. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and it was like everyone was just like saying everything because movie night was coming up, and then you could be like, oh, well, I told you. And it was, that's not the same.
No.
It's just because we got the text and we knew it was coming. Everyone just started
Yeah.
going.
It gives the impression, it's like, it's not sorry for what you did, it's sorry that you're about to get caught out. So it's like,
Snakes!
That's very interesting. It'll be interesting to get your reaction when you do get time to watch things back and see what was said.
See who our real friends are and who aren't.
And let's talk about After Sun, because Casey, we had him in a couple of days ago, and to be fair, we did feel like he was thrown under the bus a little bit.
Yeah.
How awkward was that?
no, it was really awkward, and like, I'm not angry at Casey, but I'm not gonna be like, Casey, you said it. Like, if there's proof that you said it. Stop trying to weasel your way out. You bloody said it, doll. I'll let you off the hook, but like, yeah.
Let's talk about that conversation with Casey when you pulled him about feeling upset that the boys had done the whole support thing for Claudia and Snog Marry Pie. What was your intention with that conversation?
I feel like okay, firstly I wanted to have a chat to Will. I feel like I wanted a chat about Will. I feel as though I wanted Casey to know that people aren't sticking up for Claudia because they don't like Casey. It's not a divide. I kind of wanted to check in, but he was just so salty to me straight from the start. So I was like, okay, this is really awkward. And then because I felt a little bit intimidated, I kind of backed into I didn't know how to like react to that. So I just kind of I did go a bit weird because like I just felt really awkward. I feel like Casey did go like straight on the defense with that conversation and whatnot. And then I just got jumbled and couldn't really voice how I actually felt. So then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room once and for all, because I don't think there's anything fake about you. I am sitting here, I can see the chemistry, guys. I can confirm it's absolutely real. I'm not being paid to say this. Jessie, are you feeling real for Will?
100%.
Is everything genuine?
Do you know what? Since I walked into that villa, firstly, I didn't even watch the episodes before I went in. I saw like a 7-minute clip. So people were saying like, oh, she's, watch the episode. Didn't even know, couldn't. I got my phone taken off me. So I've come into the villa and Will was the first person to make effort with me in a friend way as well. He was showing me to the bathrooms. He was making sure I was like eating food, and we just became best friends straight off the bat. And then obviously it's turned into something romantic, which is amazing. And I feel like without Will in the villa, I would have been so lost.
Why do you think people think that? Do you think it's maybe because you have been on the Australian version before? Is it maybe that?
Yeah, that could have been it. I feel like the Islanders were just saying that because, like, honestly, I don't know, because in the villa, everyone was like, you guys are perfect for each other. Everyone was so nice to our face, which is why it shocked me. All this negative criticism. I'm not going to take it too much to heart, though, because, like, it's a television show out there, and, like, what they're seeing, we knew what was up straight from the start.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take it to heart. Like, if people want to kind of talk about it, like, we're so happy where we are.
Yeah, and it wasn't like that happened for a week. It was throughout the whole duration. It kept getting brought up. I remember Maxwell brought it up to me like week 5 or 6 and was like, oh, when Jessie came in, she was all for you. And I was like, what has this got to do with anything? Do you know what I mean? That was like 5-6 weeks ago. But I think it's because we clicked so well and were so close from the get-go. Like I was even like to Jessie, like, if go and talk to the other boys. And she was like, I don't want to hang out. Yes.
What was the experience like being on Love Island UK as opposed to Love Island Australia?
So I feel like the best way to describe it is like, when you're like in a grade at school, like you've got year 9 and year 10, it's just like same thing, but a different year group. So
better.
better. It's almost much better. Honestly, so different. And when you're in the villa, like, you're just living there. Like, you don't understand that you're on a TV show, which is why even like I've done it before, it's still as much of a shock to come out and get, you're like, oh yeah, I haven't just been on a holiday and found a boyfriend. I've actually been on a TV show. So you live through it as an experience, and both experiences are completely different because like different group of people, different location, but both absolutely amazing. But this one, a lot more rewarding.
I was gutted that you guys didn't make the final. You were so close yet so far. Were you bothered at that point, or were you just like, get me out?
I think yes and no. I think all we wanted to do was get dressed up for the final, do you know? Because on the last wet date, we dressed up like cowboys. We went to a barn dance. So I
Which
think
we love. I love the
outfit. But I think we wanted to get dressed up in a suit. But I think, well, definitely for me, like hopefully you as well, like we found what we wanted, and I think there was other people who wanted it more than us in there. So we were so happy leaving, and it was so nice because I think when you're in the villa, you talk about the outside, but you never know whether you're gonna click and it's gonna be the same because you just know villa life. But when we got out, for me it was like.
It was,
better.
it's been so much better since we've been out of the villa. I feel like the villa was a very intense environment. So just like, it's just nice to just actually do what we want. No one's here to question us.
Chillax a little, innit?
We've literally just been chilling the whole time and it's like, we just love it, so.
Well, what is next then? What's the plan? Because obviously I know you've moved here.
Yeah.
You moving in together, or is it too soon?
Jesse's, we're talking about it. Yeah, we are. Let's get the tea out. I think what we've planned is Jesse's going to come back and live at mine for a period of time, and help me lamb. Lamb some.
Well, I'm going to watch Lambs.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Jess can sit up on the.
I'm going to hang out with his mom. She needs a little friend around the place.
Yeah,
so.
Honestly, this has been such a joy. You guys are so lovely. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much,
Jess.